What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are in another team event with IRT, of course. We are in Brazil, IRS Esports tournament, and we are in the Haas. And this is the tournament where I actually won my first race for IRT, my first podium for IRT, and in a team event in general. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out after you see this video. So moving on to quali, the Haas and realistic performance is a hit and miss. It's good in some tracks, but on others, but you could definitely get some, you could definitely fight. It could cause some issues, especially in the hands of the right person. It's not extremely slow, and I actually did, my lap time was at 8.0, but this is where my lap went away. If you notice there, I turned in a tad bit too early and probably lost about 2/10, and that was just unfortunate, because I think I would have placed at least 1 or 2 positions higher, maybe even 3, because I just know for sure I lost that much time in that corner. Yeah, so it was unfortunate. Yes, you see there, 8.0, and I was ended up starting P13 for this race, which was not ideal, but it's in the wet, and I was feeling pretty confident in my pace. Even though I'm in the Haas, I felt pretty good, and I knew I can definitely fight for some good positions and even points. And as you see here, I go immediately around the outside because I felt good in traction. Like I said, I felt extremely confident, and I don't mind driving in the rain. It's hard on other tracks, but you see that I go right around the outside, burning battery, just don't care, because I felt good. But unfortunately right here I ended up missing my braking point. I got a little scared with the braking of the Ferrari and end up going back to P13, go back to, now I lose P13, go to P14, and I'm gonna end up losing another position here because I end up getting sandwiched. And that small error right there of just going too deep into that corner just completely create a chain of events that really defined my race, and it put me on the back foot for the next 35 laps, and it was extremely unfortunate because now I'm down to P15 and I started P13. So yeah, not ideal, but kept my head down, try to do the best I can. As you see there, spun around was my teammate in the other Haas. Unfortunate that only in lap 3 he gets spun around like that. Here lap 6, a Ferrari just misses his braking point and stops right behind the RB car. We go into the pits lap 8 because the track was definitely getting dry. Kick Sauber almost crashes into a wall. Would have been nice if he did, but Kick Sauber almost crashes into the wall there. And even though the track is completely dry, you can visibly see it, it's extremely slippery. And not just me, I know the hards are cold and they don't have a lot of traction, but you see the kick as well, which that was a complete slide. Like, it was so bad. You see here, my car's straight and I still lose traction. It didn't make much sense. It was super strange. Maybe it just was still wet and it was just not visibly possible. Maybe the game was glitching out, but I feel like I lost traction where I shouldn't have, or in a very extreme way. Yeah, it was really annoying. But yeah, here we lose a position to medium runner Ferrari on top of that. Not really our fight, so we just gotta try and stay with him. And all that slipping and sliding cost me this position right here. I should have ended up in front of that RB, but ended up behind him. And now the Alpine trying to come around or outside there, trying to stick with them, defend as hard as possible. And you see my teammate is coming as well. He's right there, but fighting pretty hard. We're going side by side in the whole sector 2, and that just let my teammate come back into play. So yeah, very good for him because obviously he had that unfortunate incident. But yeah, even at this point, the track was just still felt dry. I had absolutely no traction, and it was in a borderline straight line, just barely turning. But see here, I'm trying to defend using all my battery, trying to keep the position, and it just does not work. The Williams, the Ferrari, involved in an incident, ended up crashing. So lose a position, gain a position, so stay in P15. And now we are all just fighting here. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars fighting. So you basically have half the grid stuck right here, and then you have the other half at the front. The grid was split completely in half. You see, if you look at the mini map, you have, of course, the 2 McLarens, a Ferrari, and an Ashton, and a Mercedes. So basically all the front running cars are at the front, which makes sense. And then you have all the midfield cars and the back marker cars all fighting together. And this is extremely frustrating. So if you guys see here and go back a little bit, that kick, even though he had DRS, he was flashing, means that he does not have any power left. I have DRS, Slipstream, and ERS, and I was barely gaining on him, and I could not figure out as to why. It was extremely frustrating. My wings were not that high for me to be that slow on a straight line, and that was extremely frustrating, because I didn't record all of them, but I tried a lot to try to get past his kick, and I just did not have the straight line speed to get past him and the Alpine at one point as well. It was extremely hard, but I'm glad my pace was good to stay with them. But I just, when it came to that straight line, I just couldn't do it, and they take each other out. So I was glad they were both out of my way, because their straight line speed was just insane, and there was nothing I could do about it. But coming around lap 36, the Red Bull goes off track there, and now my teammates in P10. I was hoping somebody had a penalty at the front, but it just was just not looking like that was the case here. But yeah, end up P10, P11. Decent result. I feel like there was more. There was definitely more on the table, but couldn't do it. So if you watched this long, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This is one of my final videos in this game. Gonna start pushing out F125 as soon as it comes out. And also, if anybody's interested, we do one-on-one coaching for a very fair price. Also have a Discord for free. If you want to join, you can come hang out. If you want coaching, you can message me through Discord, and we can work something out. Everything's in the Discord. So thank you guys so much for watching.